All right, let's talk about one of the biggest puzzles in business. How do you build something that actually lasts? Today, we're going to crack the code on sustainable growth using a really simple but super powerful model. We're talking about building a business that doesn't just launch, but truly endures.
You know, this is the question, isn't it? It's what keeps every founder and marketer up at night. How do you avoid being just a flash in the pan, a one-hit wonder? In a world that's so crowded, how do you build something with real staying power? It's a tough one, for sure, but the answer is actually pretty elegant.
And here it is. It all comes down to thinking about your business as having two engines. See, most people think it's one single machine, but that's where they go wrong. A great way to picture it is like a hybrid car, right? You've got one engine for that quick acceleration off the line and another one for long-haul efficiency. If you can get both of those engines humming, you are on the path to some seriously unstoppable growth.
So this brings us right to the heart of the matter, what we can call the two-engine growth problem. It's this constant, delicate balancing act. You go too hard on just getting new customers, and you might find they're all walking out the back door. But if you only focus on the ones you already have, you're just not going to grow. The real magic happens when you get both engines running in perfect sync.
So let's break these two sides down. On one hand, you have your getting customers engine. Think of this as your rocket fuel. It's all about that power, that thrust that gets you off the ground. But on the other hand, you've got the keeping customers engine. This is more like a sustainable power source. It's about efficiency and endurance, making sure you can go the distance. And trust me, trying to run on just one of these is a recipe for disaster.
Okay, let's dive into engine number one, the one everyone always gets really excited about, actually finding those customers. This is your acquisition strategy. This is all about hitting the go button for your business.
First up, let's talk about playing the long game with organic strategies. With things like content marketing and SEO, you're not just shouting at people. You're building a library of valuable stuff that naturally attracts them to you. Yeah, it's a bit of a slower burn, but it builds a rock-solid foundation of trust and usually ends up being way cheaper in the long run.
But hey, what if you need speed? What if you need results right now? Well, that's where paid strategies come in. Think of things like paid search and social media ads as hitting the turbo button. You get instant visibility and you can get laser focused on who you want to reach. The trick here, though, is you have to watch your spending like a hawk to make sure it's a smart investment, not just a money pit.
And finally, let's not forget one of the most powerful acquisition tools of all, your own network. Things like referral and affiliate programs are amazing because they turn your happiest customers into your best salespeople. I mean, think about it. There is almost nothing more powerful than a recommendation from someone you already trust. It's a ridiculously efficient way to get new, high-quality customers. So we've got people in the door. Awesome. Let's move to our second engine, because getting a customer is really only half the job. Now you got to make them want to stay. This is the fine art of customer retention. Now, if you ever doubted for a second how important this engine is, just look at this stat. A tiny 5% bump in keeping your customers can boost your profits by anywhere from 25% to a frankly staggering 95%. That's not just a small adjustment, that is a complete game changer. This shows that retention isn't some nice to have, it is the absolute core of a profitable business.
And the whole retention journey, it starts right here in these first few moments. It's so critical. You have to make it super easy to sign up, give them a nice guided tour, and get them to that first little win as fast as possible. The goal is to get them to their aha moment, that magic point where the light bulb goes off and they truly get why your product is so valuable to them. But beyond that first aha moment, building real loyalty takes work. It's about being there for them, being proactive, and making them feel seen. But the most important part, you see that last point? Feedback loops. It's not just about listening to feedback, it's about acting on it and then, and this is the key, telling them you acted on it. That one little act builds a kind of trust that is just about unbreakable.
So here's where it all comes together. The whole point isn't to just have two separate engines running side by side. The real goal is to connect them, to create one single, powerful, self-sustaining growth flywheel.
And this is what that flywheel looks like in action. You acquire good customers. You keep them around by giving them an amazing experience. Their loyalty then turns into revenue, which you can then reinvest right back into getting more great customers. You see? Each step just powerfully fuels the next one. It's a beautiful thing. Now, to manage this whole system, you're going to need a dashboard. And these are the three critical gauges you have to watch. First, your customer acquisition cost, or CAC, tells you how much gas your first engine is burning. Then lifetime value, LTV, and churn. Those tell you how efficiently your second engine is running. You got to keep an eye on all three.
But while all those metrics are super important, there is one single ratio that ties them all together. This is the ultimate health check for your entire growth machine. It tells you point blank if your business is actually built to last.
And that metric is the LTV to CAC ratio. It asks a beautifully simple question. Are you making more money from your customers than you're spending to get them in the first place? That's it. This one ratio cuts through all the noise and tells you if your business model actually works.
And here it is, the magic number. The gold standard for a healthy, scalable business is 3 to 1. It means that for every single dollar you put into getting a new customer, you should be getting at least $3 back over their lifetime. If you are hitting this number, congratulations, both of your engines are running in perfect harmony.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Take a good, hard look at your own business, your own project. Which of your two engines needs a tune-up right now? Is it the acquisition engine that brings new people in? Or is it the retention engine that makes sure they stick around? The answer to that question is your very first step toward building something that truly lasts.